Hello students. So today we will discuss errors in measurement. As in the last class we discussed about the characteristics of the instrument, static and dynamic characteristic of the instrument. So now we will discuss the error in measurement. There are three types of errors in measurement: gross error, systematic error and random error. So one by one we'll see these errors. Gross errors mainly covers the human mistakes in reading instrument and recording and calculating measurement results. For example, due to oversight we read the temperature as 31.5 degrees Celsius while the actual reading may be 21.5. So what happened? Gross error causes due to the human negligence. For example, as while taking the readings in the lab, while we are connecting the circuits in the lab, so at times we don't take care of the connections. We don't check the connections, that whether the connections are completely tightened up or not. If any of the wire get loosened, or if any wire is not properly connected in the circuit, so at times it causes the erroneous results. So that erroneous results, or you can say if it is not connected properly, so then the ammeter or voltmeter, if in the circuit ammeter is connected and the wire through the ammeter is not connected properly at its port, at its desired connecting terminals, so at times it will not probably give you any reading. So we start thinking that maybe that instrument is faulty, but actually that instrument is not faulty. Actually you have not done the connections properly. So such things happen. So those errors are due to the human mistakes. That is not the error due to the instrument. So that error is due to the human mistakes. Similarly, if in hurry or if in carelessness we just overlook the readings, and then while doing the calculations we are not we have not done the conversion of units properly, so due to which the result we got is not matching the desired result. Okay, so it causes error in the readings. So that thing is known as the gross errors, which are completely due to the human mistakes or human negligence. Okay, so what measures to be taken? The things what measures to be taken is great care is must in reading and recording the data. Great care is required in reading and recording the data. 2 or 3 or even more readings should be taken for the quantity under measurement. Okay, so these readings should be taken for the quantity under measurement. Next is systematic errors. Systematic errors are classified into 3 categories: instrumental error, environmental error and observational error. So one by one we are going to discuss these things. What is instrument error? What is instrumental error? These errors arise due to the 3 main reasons. Due to inherent shortcoming in the instrument. For example, if the spring used in the permanent magnet instrument become weak, then instrument will always read high. Error may caused because of friction, hysteresis or even gear backlash. Second point is due to misuse of the instrument. So instrumental error arising due to the 3 things. Firstly, it is due to inherent shortcoming in the instrument. That means if there is the fault in the instrument itself. So while you are connecting it across the circuit, it is not it gives the faulty reading, or its pointer gets fluctuating, or it is crossing your basically your because of weak spring used in the permanent magnet, so due to which it is going towards the higher side only. Okay, so such things happens. So those instruments, it is due to the inherent fault in the instrument. Then secondly, is the mishandling of the instrument, that you are not aware of the how to operate that instrument properly, and due to that you are mishandling it, because of which it causes the erroneous results in the readings. And third is your due to the loading effect of the instruments. So instrumental error are due to the three main reasons. Next is your environmental error. Under the systematic, there is next error, which is environmental error. These errors are due to conditions external to the measuring device, including conditions in the in the things which is surrounding the instrument. These may be effect of temperature, pressure, humidity, dust, vibration, or the external magnetic or electrostatic field. So this can be due to the temperature, pressure, humidity. Okay, so environmental effect comes there. So where you are keeping the instrument, so in which environment it has been kept. So due to the dust or the temperature or pressure, such environmental factors affects the performance of the instrument. So that need to be checked, that how susceptible that instrument is in that environment. Next error is observational error, third type error under the systematic error. So these are the errors which occurs due to the observation. So which occurs while noting down the readings. So this error is due to either the wrong scale reading, that you have not that you didn't read the scale properly. Okay, wrong recording of the data, incorrect conversion of the units, right? And parallax error. Parallax error is what? That the that is due to the shadow of the pointer and observer misread the reading, and this error is known as observational error. So parallax, due to the parallax problem, it is that the observer is not able to read the value correctly. Okay, so it is, in other words, it is apparent displacement when the line of vision is not normal to the scale. So this is the observational error. Next is random error. The quantity being measured is affected by many happenings in the universe. Some of us are aware for the measurement. The error caused by happenings or disturbances about which we are unaware are random errors. It is also known as residual errors. So the errors which are caused by due to the error which are there is unknown cause of that thing, that in the experiment. So such type of errors are known as random errors. So unknown cause is the random errors which cannot be avoided. Okay. Next is error in measurement. So what do you mean by static error? It is defined as difference between the measured value and true value of a quantity. It is represented as delta A, which is the difference between the measured value and true value. Also it can be represented by epsilon naught, which is delta A. And epsilon r is what? Delta A by 80. And delta A is what? Your epsilon naught. That is static error upon the true value. So it is also known as relative error. Okay. Now static correction, it is defined as difference between true and measured value. That means it is just opposite of static error. So we can say that delta C is also equal to minus of delta A, because here the delta A is AM minus 80, here it is 80 minus AM. So it is just negative of this value. Limiting error, components which are guaranteed to be within a certain percentage of rated value, the limit of these deviations are known as limiting error. So basically components whatever been manufactured, so they have the certain limits is being provided by the manufacturer, so that if there is a deviation between this much value, then it is then your component is safe, right? It will that your component can able to have the ability, or it is capable to bear that much of thing, right? But beyond that, if it crosses the limit, then in that case it will get damaged. So this is the limiting error. That means if we are buying any component, resistor, inductor, so in the resistance also it always been there that 10 ohm plus minus this much of value. So if there is plus minus of this much of value, then there will not be any problem. But above or below, then if it crosses that value, in that case it will be your it will harm your resistor. Okay, so in this way this limiting error is due to that. Relative limiting error, it is defined as ratio of error to the specified magnitude of quantity, which is represented by epsilon r delta A by AS. AS is your true value or specified value, and the relative error is always in percentage. Now, review of measuring instruments. So there are different types of instruments, measuring instruments used. They are further categorized as indicating, recording, and your integrating type. Okay, so first we will talk about indicating. Now, what is indicating instruments? Indicating instruments are indicating instruments are those which indicate instantaneous value of electrical quantity being measured at the time at which it is being measured. Their indications are given by pointer moving over calibrated dials, example ammeter, voltmeter and wattmeter. So what are indicating type instruments? Which only indicate the value in the scale. If it is connected across the supply, then the pointer will deflect. If it disconnects, then the pointer comes to the zero position or the rest position. So such type of instruments are known as indicating type instruments. That is our voltmeter, ammeter or wattmeter, which we used in the labs. Now, next type of instrument is your recording. Recording instruments are those which give a continuous record of variations of the electrical quantity over a selected period of time. The moving system of the instrument carries an inked pen which rests tightly on a graph chart. Example, recording voltmeters used in supply stations. So recording type of devices are used in the substations, right? They are used in the substations, and they are also used in the our experimental in our labs also, like CRO and DSO, where in DSO there is a provision of there is a USB port there where you can connect your pen drive and take the recordings in your get saved in your pen drive. Okay, so such type of device is your CRO DSO, where you have the waveforms, where when you have performed the when you have performed certain experiment and you want to capture those patterns, so you can capture those patterns and you can take it in your any storage device. Okay, so and other type of recording devices are used in the medical field, like your ECG machine. So it monitors the health of the patient, right? And various types of machines used which monitor the health of the patient. So such type of devices can be used. So ECG recorder records the it completely takes the monitoring of the heart monitoring, and gives the data and complete analysis of that patient. So accordingly the treatment is given to that patient. So such type of devices are used everywhere, right? even in our substations, and there also it is being used. Next is integrating. Integrating type of instruments are those which measure and register the total quantity of electricity in ampere hour of the total amount of electrical energy in watt hour supplied to a circuit over a period of time. Example, ampere hour meter, energy meters. So these energy meters are used basically for the purpose of comes in the category of integrating type, where it display the reading and it also record the readings, and cumulative addition is also being done over a specific interval of time. So such types of smart meters, energy meters comes in the category of integrating type of instruments. So this is all about your review of measuring instruments. Now in the next class we will going to discuss about the working of some analog measuring instruments, PMMC and MI type. Okay, so this is just the briefing about the review of the measuring instrument, that it classified into three categories: integrating, indicating and your recording. Okay, thanks.